Okay, for those of you that wish to try a seated position but on the floor, this is for you. What I would recommend is you get 2 blankets, preferably one that's a natural material, like a nice thickened cotton, woven cotton thread, or a woolen one, like this one here. If you can't, it's really not a big issue. It's not a problem at all. So the 2 blankets, well, you'll see from this terracotta one I have here, this terracotta fleecy one, spread it out on the ground. And then with your other one, so here's my woolly one, or for you, the cotton one, or whatever one you have there, fold it so that lengthways it fits across the width of your hips, so it'll support you. This is what you're going to sit on, and you're going to roll it up really, really tight, a bit like a Swiss roll, as you can see. So that's what I'm going to be seated on, and I place that, oops, on top of the terracotta one, about a foot in from the back of the terracotta one. And then I park my seat bones on it. The next thing we do is with our left leg. It's the left leg first. And I would recommend you wear some loose fitting clothing if you can. If you don't have any loose fitting clothing, sports leggings, something like this would be fine. So because these are quite tight behind my knees, what I would recommend you do is to pull the material away from the backs of your knees before you bend your leg. And then you get your heel of your left leg and you put it in towards your perineum. That's the bits in between your sexual organs and your anus. Okay, so that's nicely in there. And then we do the same thing, but with our right leg, we put our heel in front of the other heel. There we go. So our heels are in alignment with each other and then in alignment with our spine. So there's nice conformity going on there. Once we've done that, we can make ourselves quite cozy by pulling up the back of the fleece, the terracotta fleece, like so. And then we pull the corners of the blanket over as well. So it's kind of wrapping us up from behind. And then we pull up the front of the terracotta fleece to cover our knees. And then we tuck the extra ends underneath our legs. Okay, so the position now. Our spine should be leaning forward, just slightly forward of the upright. And that helps keep the nice curve in our lower back so that we don't end up slouching as time goes on. You're going to be seated for your meditation for quite a little bit of time. So it's really important that we don't end up with back strain and that you keep yourself as strong and comfortable in your spine as possible. Your hands can be in any position you like. You may have seen meditators traditionally in photographs or experienced with your own eyes, meditators sitting with their hands in different positions. So they're called mudras, and there's many, many different types of mudras that you can learn later on if you wish to. But for the purpose of beginner's meditation, it's not necessary for you to learn them at this stage. So your hands, relaxation and being comfortable is the most important thing for you. So you can have them on your knees, on your thighs, in your lap, however you wish to have them. But what I would say is try not to have them interlinked, your hands together, because that can sometimes lead to holding tension in your body. And that's the last thing we want when you're meditating. We want you to be as comfortable as possible throughout this whole procedure so that you can just concentrate on learning the techniques and making them part of your day-to-day life and existence. What I would say as well is sometimes when you first start going into the seated position, you can end up with slightly sore or stiff hips, achy hips. If that's the case for you, what you can do is just slide a couple of cushions, one underneath one knee, one underneath the other, just to give a little bit of support. And then as time goes on, you won't need them. Okay, I hope that's helpful.